like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more the algorithm sends it out to more viewers, and those viewers can join this growing community and then post either requests or tips and tricks which I can review, and then I'll share with everyone. Everything's already shared. Now on to the show. The intro, as it says, AI in Krita. Now, so basically you can see the screenshot here. We have Krita and this cat, and other cats were generated using obviously AI. We actually use ComfyUI. We're gonna actually use the ComfyUI API, and I'll show you how to set it up. And don't worry, if you have a low spec machine, I got you guys covered, okay? And if this is popular, I can also make it even more for even basically completely CPU based as well. So, but however, I'll get you guys covered. So if you don't have a powerful GPU or a powerful CPU, don't worry. This tutorial will also get you started at least. So if you don't know what Krita is a drawing application or bitmap editor, and it's very popular for for creating artwork. And ComfyUI is also very popular, but that one is for handling the AI part. So that's why we're gonna connect them together, just to so that you can enhance your workflow. Even if you don't know how to, if you're, for example, I'm not an artist. I don't consider myself to be an artist. However, I do know how to at least do a few basic things, which most people can do as well. So if you don't know how to set this up, it's very simple, and I'll walk you through the process. So ComfyUI is a local web application where when it's running, you open it in a web browser on your own computer. Even though it uses a browser, nothing is uploaded onto the internet. So both of these are local. You self-host on your own machine. ComfyUI uses a visual workflow made of nodes. Each node performs one task, such as loading a model or generating an image. When the workflow runs, ComfyUI uses your computer hardware to generate the results. So don't worry, you actually just need to set up ComfyUI. In fact, if you don't have ComfyUI set up, you can actually set it up in Krita, and you don't even have to touch anything. The only thing you need to do is just download some models. However, if you use the Docker version, everything will be set up automatically for you. However, if you want to use something a little bit more, like much more recent, I'll show you how to set that up as well. Or for example, if you need to use some quantized models, for example, if you want something a little bit faster, or if you don't want to wait, I hope you set that up as well. So what are prompts? Prompts are text descriptions that tell the AI what to generate. Krita provides a simple interface for sending prompts to ComfyUI. So for example, for me, even when I started on ComfyUI, I found it a little slightly overwhelming. But I'm saying is obviously now I'm very comfortable with it. I understand everything. But I'm saying is that something a little bit simpler. I came from, remember, I started using easy diffusion, and I went to sd.next. So ComfyUI was way overwhelming when you come from those more beginner friendly ones. However, Krita will make it easy for you guys, and I'll show you that as well. You can do things like masks and in painting. So if you don't know what masks are where you basically convert any image into black and white, and then you, depending on how you want to do it, you can maybe the black part will be the part that doesn't change, and the white part is one that can change. That's what a mask is. So meaning that maybe you want to change the color there, maybe it's like a dress or a shirt, you want to change that's what you can use masking for. There are way more things you can do masking for. And in painting, it's related to that as well, as I just explained. So so this workflow is basically the workflow in ComfyUI, for example. It's a bunch of connected nodes, and they do things. So the Krita plugin includes ready-to-use workflows, so beginners don't need to build them from scratch. But if you want to build them from scratch, you can, but you don't need to. And today we're not going to build anything from scratch. We're just going to tweak one very just to make it a little bit faster, and I'll show you how to do that. So as I said, I already explained self-hosting. It's a beginner-friendly installation guide. And even though I'm not quite a beginner, I had some issues getting this plugin working properly, and I'll explain to you how I resolved all those issues. So let's go take a look at this plugin page. It's on GitHub. The plugin is here. It's the easily Krita-AI-Diffusion. That's a plugin. So you can simply just download it. It's cross-platform. So you can read more about here. You see your precision and control, workflow integration, local, open and free. And so you can see all the things I've already explained, all these things you can do. You see it's cross-platform, Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Not only that, it supports NVIDIA GPU, AMD GPU, Apple Silicon, CPU, and XPU. What else do we have here? If there's an optional custom ComfyUI server, so it's basically a Docker or container, but you don't need to use that if you already have. So because I already have ComfyUI installed separately, I'm going to use that one. But if you don't, as I said before, you can simply use this one, and it will get the ComfyUI using the custom UI server. And of course, you see here's a live painting as I explained before, and then you can see some screenshots here and how to if this is they're called control nets, or you can think of them as skeletons, and this will you can draw them in Krita, and then the AI will take a model and paint it just like that as well. For example, here you can see what happened with this one. This is just like an outline, and then the AI actually colored it perfectly. Maybe you want the AI to draw this, and you can paint it yourself. So you pick and choose. Here's another one, very nice. And this is the part I was telling you about. These are poses. You can simply do this for example, in Krita, and then the AI can draw the actual models for you if you want. So, and then I'll explain what a control net is. That's what a control net does. An IP adapter. This is also, for example, if you have a base image, you can tell it, for example, like let's say you take somebody's face, like say my face or my body, or the upper body, as you guys can see. And then I could be maybe standing up or putting my hands up. Those are the type of things you could do. All right, so in order to get started here, what you do is you simply go to releases, and then you see to have the instructions here for you. But that's I'm going to make it more easy for you, so you guys don't need to understand all the stuff here. So what you do is you simply go and you download the zip file. If you want, you can also get the source code, but you don't need that. Just get the actual zip file. So when you get the zip file, and I'll show you what I did here. I think I put it under, where am I here? I put it under tutorial, and there should be Krita here, KKK under Krita. Where is Krita? Where are you? Krita, here we go. See, I downloaded 1.45. It's 1.45. So I do have the latest one, which came out at the time of this recording 4 days ago. So that's the one I have. Okay, so basically you need to put it in the plugins directory. However, the latest versions of Krita, you don't need to do that. You can actually, in the UI, you can simply just point to the folder where you downloaded it, or you can even get it on the web. So make sure you trust that. I do have tutorials where I showed you guys how to do the checksum to make sure that it's the actual file hasn't been compromised. If there's a checksum, this one I don't think there's a checksum. I don't see one here. So, but obviously you just make sure you trust whatever you downloaded. Okay, and then you just follow these simple steps. Once the plugin is configured, you point it to your local ComfyUI address. Once connected, Krita can send messages back and forth, and then you can also do a simple test generation. That's what we're going to do today. So as you can see here with the screenshots, I installed it here. There's also installed from the web because I'm using the latest version, and you see here it's installed. I'm not going to go too much through the screenshots. If you guys want to do the article is also in the description. You can go follow along, but because I'm going to do the same thing, so it doesn't make sense for me to just do the same thing we're going to do. So here are some of the things that I was able to generate. You guys know this stuff: the Mayor of Toronto, the GNOME desktop, an astronaut riding a horse, chicken run, Oh, I don't know what happened here. The man wearing a watch in this file. I'll fix this one. They should have been generated as well. And then you can see here we're doing this live. This is a live stream. Okay, so we'll stop it right here. Okay, that's good enough. And let's get started. So I'm on Fedora 43. So when I installed Krita from the repos, everything seemed to work fine. However, the images I got, let me actually see if the images are actually here. I need to go to the command line to open up the just give me a second here. I need to open up the cooler control, and I need to start Krita as well. No, Krita. I need to start the ComfyUI. So I'll get those out of the way first. So because I have a dedicated GPU, it's a server grade GPU, and it didn't come with a cooling system, so I had to get a fan shroud with a 40mm fan. My GPU is an AMD Instinct MI60 with a 32 gigs of VRAM. You don't need something that powerful, but the problem is it didn't come with a cooling apparatus, so that's how I cool it. So it's manual. So I always need to do this. Okay, so I'll open this up in a web browser. I'll show you that. So I need to go to this URL. So let me do that right now. So if I go here, and you can see my GPU. It's this one here. This is the dedicated GPU. This is the integrated GPU. So I don't care about that one right now. I mean, I do care about it because that's the one where the monitors are plugged in. It is important, but I'm saying is for AI generation. No, it's not. And I don't need this Wi-Fi card. What is going on here? So this is the system fan 2. So I control this fan is connected to this GPU. So you can see this is the idle temperature. It's about low 40s. So I usually ramp this up, which I will do when we generate anything, especially video. Definitely when it is. If the images are fast enough, I usually leave it as is. So we have this up right now. This ComfyUI. This is not a ComfyUI setup. This assumes you already have ComfyUI. Obviously, ComfyUI already set up. So what I'm going to do is let me actually clean this up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cd into the ComfyUI folder. Oops. Okay, I'm there. Then I have an environmental virtual environment for the source. Let me actually do a git pull to make sure. Yeah, there was some changes here. Yeah, so just as I predicted, there will be some updates. So we'll run those updates as well. Git pull. So let me start the virtual environment. Bin activate. Okay, I should have done pip install requirements. Okay, so it's gonna. So you see, as you can see, the version I'm running is the latest version of ComfyUI. And then what I can do is simply just start. Let me see, what command should I use here? The ComfyUI. Just give me a second. Where am I? ComfyUI. Okay, here we go. Copy. Okay. So then this is going to start. All you need to do is just type Python space main.py, but because of my GPU is a little bit older, so I need to, this is a command that will help my GPU run a little bit faster. It uses this quad cross attention and force FP32, or I can put FP16, one of them will be perfectly fine. Okay, so I also have some custom nodes. So while that's loading, let me go here and I'll show you. So under custom, with custom nodes here, you can see I have all these custom nodes. Some of these custom nodes were needed by Krita. Like I believe this one, the in-paint nodes. Some of them are specific to what Krita wants to run. So you can see if I go to this URL now, I'll have ComfyUI running. But remember, I actually don't need to open that up because we're going to actually connect to it using Krita. So back to what I was saying is, if you at the time of this recording, I'm using Fedora 43. If you use the Krita that's inside the repos, that one seems to work. However, it was giving horrible results. And I was thinking, what is going on? So I used the one from Flatpak, or also you can also use the, I didn't test it, but you can use the, if you go to the Krita website, which I will in a second, I'll show you, you can also use the app image if you're on Linux. Don't use the Fedora one. I said there's something seriously wrong with it. I don't know what it was. So if I go to output, I'll show you some of the horrible images that it was. So if we go to output, hopefully they saved it here as well. Let me see if it saved any of them here. Oh no, it did not. Okay, it didn't save the images, but they were horrible images. So I'm gonna spare you that. And yeah, they were really terrible images. So I'm gonna spare you that. So instead, what I'll do is I forgot to go to the Krita page. So maybe I should. Okay, I'll go here, and I'll show you. So basically, you go to krita.org. Krita.org, I think it is. I hope it is. Yeah, krita.org. Yes. So this is Krita. It's a professional, free, and open source painting program. It's made by artists that want to see affordable art tools for everyone. So as you can see, the latest version is 5.2.14. Maybe that's because it's a bug fix. So the one in the repository is 5.2.11. That one I said was it didn't produce the results I wanted. So get the latest ones. For example, you just go here and then you go to download. You see it's cross-platform. There's a Windows installer, Windows Portable, there's a Mac OS installer, and there's a 64-bit app image. They're also on FlatHub. They're also on Snapcraft. So you pick which one you want. So as I said, I'm going to install it using FlatHub. And so here are the system requirements for Krita. If you have a Windows 8, is Windows 8 still supported? Okay, Windows 8.1 or higher, Mac OS 10.4, and Linux. You need 4 gigs minimum RAM, and 16 gigs is recommended. I have 32 gigs. Not really, it's really 24 gigs usable, and they recommend your GPUs to support OpenGL 3.0 or higher, or Direct 3D. And then if you have a tablet, any tablet compatible with your operating system. I don't have a tablet, so but I can still use it. And in fact, I use a trackball mouse, so I'm completely, yeah, that's who I am. And then ComfyUI, I say you don't need to install ComfyUI, but just for if you want to be more, it's ComfyUI. So ComfyUI, you see ComfyUI.org, and you can follow the instructions here where to download it. You see download for Windows, download for Mac, or install from GitHub. So for any of the platforms, whether you're on Windows, Mac, or Linux, install from GitHub. So you just go to install here. It's very easy to install. Just follow instructions. Make sure you have Git, and you can just simply. Oh, you don't need Git really, because you can go and keep on downloading it there. But Git will make it easier for updates, as you saw. Just do a Git pull. So you just go here. You see there all the instructions installing. Just follow the instructions. It's pretty simple. And then just you can also use ComfyUI the command line. I guess that's another way to install it manually. And you see manual install Windows and Linux. Yeah, so the instructions are all here. And obviously if you have a GPU like an AMD GPU or a NVIDIA GPU, install those drivers, I believe, Apple Silicon and others. Yeah, just follow the instructions. So it's all there. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so next I'm gonna open up the software, GNOME software. So I'm going to do a search here, and then I'm going to type Krita. You see Krita here. I already installed it, and you can see I installed it from FlatHub. You see I do have 3 versions. I could pick to install. I could install the one from Flatpak, maybe that's the latest one. The one from, for example, Prove to You. You see it says 5.2.14. That's the latest version. That's one of the reasons Flatpaks are pretty good, especially if they're maintained by the developer, is that you get the latest one. So that's 5.14. Now, if this is the one I originally installed, the one from Fedora. You see the Fedora version is 5.2.11. This one would not produce good images. It produced terrible images. And I was thinking it's something I did, so I downloaded a whole bunch of different models. I got the same terrible results. So then when I use the Flatpak version, no problem. And then Fedora also has their own Flatpak repository as well, registry. So let's see what version that one has. That one does have the latest one, 5.2.14. However, I don't know why you'd use that one when you can just get it from Flatpak, but okay. So this is the one I got here. So it's already installed. So I don't need this anymore. So let me open up Krita. I think I hopefully, yeah, I open up Krita here. So Krita is loading. Here we go. So this is Krita. I'm gonna make it smaller so that people who are on a vertical screen can see it. I'm gonna take a short break and check on the live streams to make sure all the live streams are working well. Okay, that seems to be fine. Oh, just a second. Ed speaking. Hey, Mark. For you, sure. I'm watching the live stream now. What's up? Okay, no problem. We'll do. Yeah, bye. Okay, so I'm checking the live stream here. So Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and what's the other one? Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute are fine. YouTube has this feature. It says there's now a duo stream, automatically generate a vertical cropped version of the short for the shorts feed. You know what? I want to. Oh, it looks like I can't turn it on. Okay, so I guess I have to turn it on before I start the live stream. Okay, that is kind of weird. Okay, maybe I'll do that. I'll try it out. Yeah, they've been trying to get me to. Okay, I guess I'll turn it on next time for the next tutorial, maybe even tonight. Okay, so Krita is opened up here. If you go to help, go about Krita, you can see it's 5.2.14. That's the latest version, the latest stable release at the time of this recording. So this one I didn't have a problem with. So what you do is you go to, okay, where was I here? So much stuff going on. Just give me a second. Yeah, threw me off there. Yeah, so there's a couple ways to install this plugin. You can manually put it into the Krita local share folder. However, you can also go to Tools. You go to Tools, you go to Scripts, and then you see it says import Python plugin from file or import plugin from web. So if I go to file here, so now from here I should be able to go to my ZZ folder here. Yes, I can. And then I think I created Krita. Where's Krita? K for Krita. Oops, wrong way. Krita. Here's Krita, and you see this is the file here. So I click open. And then it says the plugin AI Diffusion already exists, override it. So I'm not going to override it because I already installed it, but it would give you an option there. Then you click obviously, then you'd have to restart Krita. Okay, so I don't need that because it's already installed. So then what you do, so once it's installed, the next thing you need to do is you need to go to settings, Dockers, and then you'd enable it here. Okay, so for some reason I can't seem to enable it. Is it because it's already enabled? That is weird. I'm not sure if, let me actually start something new. I have to go to new. So I'm gonna go to new and I'm going to put 768. I don't want these images to be too big. 768 by 768. This resolution 300 is kind of huge, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it 300 for now. So here we go. Yeah, so it's ready. So what you do after you open up a new document, you go. What's going with? You go to settings, and then you see where it says Dockers. You go to Dockers and make sure you check AI image generation. So you need to do that. Right? So once that's done, then there'll be a configuration dialog here, and then for the configuration dialog, you'll be able to, for example, because I already configured it, so it's not showing up here, but it will just say configure. Instead of generate, say configure. You click that. But if you want to edit anything in the future, you just click this little gear button here. Okay, and this is what will show up. Okay, this is too big. Yes. All right, so okay, that's good. So what you do is under styles, no, connection. It will be connection. You see, I put 127.0.0.1. Colon 8188. So this is if you're using, you see there's different, you can use an online service, you can use a locally managed server, or you can use a custom server. So for example, if I was online somewhere, I would sign into some, I guess some cloud service. If I was locally managed, you see here, you can pick whatever you want, and you can download all this. This is if it's locally managed. Obviously, this is the Docker, or I was like the container. So if you do not have ComfyUI, you can have it locally managed here. I'm not going to do that because I already have my own. You see, it says not installed, right? Signed out, not installed. So I do have this custom one, and you see it right now. It says it's disconnected. However, all you have to do is just click connect, and it will connect. So, for example, if we connect, you see it's connected now, right? And the first time you do this, it's going to give you some warnings. It will tell you that it's missing some of these models like the SD5. You see right now it says this, and it will need some of these clip visions. So this is for obviously the default models. However, I do not want to use those default models because the Z image does everything I want. So I don't need any of this stuff, and it's much faster. Now, to be fair, I think when there's a turbo image coming out, so that's actually going to be fast, but you get my point. So, and especially for this tutorial, I don't need to install models which I'm never going to use. So that's the bonus of using the Z module. So you see we're connected. So that's all you need to do, just connect it. You don't need to change any of this or look into any of these. However, if we go to styles, you see there are some default styles built in. So the default styles in this drop down are all of these ones except for this one. I created this one myself. So for example, I'll tell you why I created this one myself. If you remember what I was telling you guys is that if your system is low spec or you want something faster than the default is fine, it works extremely well, but you want to tweak it, you're able to do it. So that's what I did. So I basically cloned this one, this Z image turbo. This is a built-in one. You see it says built-in. Oh, you see all of them say built-in. This one is not built-in. This one I created. So I just cloned this one, and when I did that, what I did is I was able to, down here it says model checkpoint, I was able to click this drop down, and I was able to pick one of these models. You see I have the Q4 model here, and I have the Q8 one. So you can pick which one you want. I believe right now it's Q8. So I'll explain this in a second, what type of model you should get. So depending on your hardware specs, especially your GPU, and CPU as well. So I picked this one, the quantized one, instead of the other. See, this is the default, the BF16. Now my GPU does not support BF16. It does support FP16, floating point, but doesn't support the B one, right? So meaning that it will have to convert it either to FP16 or even FP32, so it's going to be slower. So I wanted one that is natively supported. So the Q8, even though it's quantized, my GPU does support integer 8, so that's why so this one will be way faster than this one, so that's why I picked this one. And I'm not using a LoRa. I'm not going to explain what a LoRa is, but a LoRa is a way, it's something that's been trained so to be, this way to be faster. Remember, this is a turbo model, so it's already fast enough, so you don't need LoRa's. And then for the prompt you see it says in the squiggly bracket, so the prompt is, we don't enter the prompt here, the prompt will be entered in another input box. And this type of model, because especially since it's a turbo model, it's not a base model, there's no negative prompt, so just leave this blank, and that's it. So if you want to change this, like Euler Simple is pretty good. I wish you can edit this. You can edit this presets here, but this one gets very good results and it's fast enough. So you can see, yeah, this one is fast enough. So you can leave this here, and also for the preset. So the preset is basically, the performance preset. This is just to see what's going on, and this is actually to save it. So yeah, I'll leave both of them the same here. Okay, so that's it. And when you're done, if you do create your own here, make sure you hit save, and then restart Krita. So I don't need it because I did it before. So now this is the prompt I'm saying here. So basically from here you can pick which one, the turbo or this one. So now, in case you're wondering and saying, hey, wait a minute, Edward, I saw a whole bunch of models, I saw a whole bunch of presets there. Why are you only seeing 2 here? And the reason you're seeing 2 here is because I only have 2 models. Remember I was telling you guys I only have 2 models. Those 2 models are this one here or this one. So just to show you, I'm going to pick this one, the butane one, because I have the, just to show you that even if you use a quantized model, you can still get very good results. So here, in the test part here, I'm just going to put lovely cat, okay? And I'm going to hit generate. So you can watch this temperature here is going to go way, way, way up. So I'm going to put this at 35. Yeah, you're going to see this temperature is going to go up. So now to make sure this guy, although it's connected to ComfyUI, you can see the progress bar here. The first time it runs is going to be slow, so we can actually go, oh, what is going on here? Why can't I? Oh, that's slow. So I want to show you here what's going on here. You see, this is the ComfyUI 8188, and let's see what's going here. Functionality isn't compatible with Python 3.1. Yeah, so that don't worry about that. This should still work. So it's using split attention in VAE. It's loading, right? It loaded the device. So the temperature going up yet, or is it going to use the CPU? Hope it doesn't use the CPU. Okay, I don't know why is it taking for such a long time. Oh my goodness, no time it's using the CPU. Yikes, that's going to be such a slow. Should be using the GPU. Is it really using the, let me see how much RAM. Oh my goodness, everything is slow down. So I'm guessing it's using RAM. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so, oh yeah, it's using RAM. So this is why you wanted to use the, if you guys can see this, this is exactly why I don't want it to use RAM. You see, it uses RAM, which is very, very slow, and it also used the swap. So that's also very, very slow. So this is the slowest it can be. However, this is actually pretty good because it shows you guys that if you have enough RAM and maybe a swap space, you can still generate images. So it's not using the GPU. If it was using GPU, it would fly in a few seconds, but it's using the RAM and the swap space. So if you remember what I was telling you guys about my RAM, although I have 32 gigs of RAM, I don't really get to use all 32 gigs. Here's why. 4 gigs of that RAM is reserved for the integrated graphics, Another 4 gigs is used for something called ZRAM. ZRAM is the swap space. Basically what it does is it takes 4 gigs of that RAM, compresses it so that it can fit about 8 gigs. Obviously then I'm only left with 24 gigs, and I also don't really have 24 gigs because, for example, right now I'm doing OBS, I have this browser windows open, and we have Krita, so it's actually a little bit less than even 24 gigs of RAM, just to let you know. So and because RAM prices are ridiculously expensive, I might actually not be able to upgrade this system RAM, because by the time RAM prices go back to normal, it'll probably be time to upgrade. Yeah, so we'll see. But at least I want to get an NVNV, so hopefully those prices of that get down this year. I can actually pick one up, but it would be highly unlikely as well. So, all right, if we look here, this is the problem. You see, it's offloading to the CPU, which is crazy because, as I was saying, is I have enough. The GPU should be enough to fit this model, but let's just wait and see how long it takes. It should be good quality, especially if it's using the CPU. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate that that it's doing that. Okay, so looks like I got a new comment from someone. I'm gonna guess that looks like, most likely that's usually BitChute. Yeah, BitChute, strong buy. Okay, I'll read strong buy's comment while this guy's taking a while. It says the banks had huge losses on their books from low mortgage rates that they can't sell. Trump just socialized it, so the taxpayer is now paying Fannie and Freddie $200 billion so they can walk away from their contracts. Him socializing the mortgages just means you pay the bank's debt. That's it. Okay, thanks for that, strong buy. I have no idea what that has to do with Krita AI made easy. Okay. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, so okay, looks like it dropped some RAM here, so hopefully the rest will be run. Yeah, you can see, so the RAM drops to 16, before it was 20 something. Now it's still in swap. So yeah. So as you can see, even if you have a very powerful GPU, yeah. So this is the problem with running. It will run, but I think it might take a couple minutes, even though I'm using a turbo model. So we'll let it finish. I'll try to be patient. Okay, hopefully I can still do. Okay, there we go. I can at least do some stuff here. So I want to show you the default model here. So let's go to ComfyUI. If we go to models and we go to diffusion models, you see this one is a turbo. You see the size, its size is 12 gigs, right? So if you have like an 8 gig GPU, obviously it's not going to fit in there, right? So what I was trying to tell you guys is that one option you guys have is, if you use quantized models, where you go in the unit folder here. So for example, this is the 8, where is it, 8? This is the one here, 8. You see it's 7.2 gigs. So if you have like even an 8 gig card, you'll be able to fit that one in. Whatever, if that's still too big, you can get this one. For example, this is a Q4 KM, and that one is, as you can see, it's 5 gigs. So meaning that maybe you have 6 gigs of VRAM, that will fit in there. It's also so you might be wondering, why in the world did I download this one? Just to test it. So as well. So yeah, this is okay. So it actually released. Here we go. It looks like it released some more RAM. So hopefully the rest of this, as I said, runs on the GPU instead. So it should be much faster. Now remember, my memory, the RAM is slow, and obviously the disk is even slower. That's why I said I have regular SSDs. They're not regular, they were enterprise SSDs, but they're pretty old now. NVMEs would be much faster, so I don't mind getting, even if it's a consumer grade. So I'd like to get that here. and that will speed this process up as well. And obviously memory, I just want to get more memory. I don't care if it's slow now. It will still be faster than any SSD or NVMe. Okay, so this is finished. Looks like, oh, the RAM here went up again. So this is because it's uploading to the CPU. You can see the RAM actually went up here again. Is it finished? Oh, it finished. Okay, so it took 468, what is that, 8 minutes? And you see the GPU temperature is going down. So let's go see the result for this one. Let's go back to Krita. You can see here, this is a lovely cat. A lovely cat. Lovely cat. So this is the cat here. Why does it do it twice? I don't know why it did it twice, but okay, so that's a lovely cat here. Now, if you remember, we have the GGF, which is using the quantized one. So that one, everything should fit inside the GPU. So let's try that one. So this time we're going to use this turbo image. So here we go. And I'm going to click generate. And then we'll compare. You see that one is loading much faster. So here we go. You can take a look what's going on here. Already, as you can see, it should use, you tell us it should using how much. So it looks like it's using loaded completely. Oh, that was the old one. So it's running the next one. You can see the difference. This one had the old one had F32 floating point 32 145. This one has F32, it has 245, so it's much more of that there. And this one still has a BF16, but it's only 28, so that's fine. And you see a lot of 180. And as you can already see, all this was able to fit inside the GPU. How do I know that? Because if we actually take a look here, the RAM usage is fine. It's not using any swap, so all this is fitting inside the GPU. So that's why it's able to go faster. And you can also change the number of steps as well. I left it as default, so the steps is fine. 9 is okay. Although this seconds per iteration, it's actually faster than is that seconds per. So this should actually be. So something is clearly. I'm not happy with this because this should be. Well, it's okay. It did finish. But as you can see the difference when you use quantized models, and we're going to check the output. It should be, yeah, so it's done. I don't know why it's printing in twice. I don't know what's doing it twice, but okay. So as you can see, so it's not twice. I remember one is a preview and one is the actual one. Okay, I got it. It's a little bit confusing. I think because I'm still thinking of when I had problems with the one that I was outputting horrible quality. So this was the original one, and this is the one that has just been generated. So we can take a look at. Not sure. Yeah. So as you can see, no, that's definitely. Oh, they're all different. Okay. So, and then of course, if you want it to be even faster. And you see the quality is not bad. It's actually pretty good, right? So no problem there, no problem there, no problem there, no problem there. So this was earlier, and this is the one here. Okay, so you can also use, for example, if I go here and edit this, go back to the style, show you guys here. If we go to styles, remember we also have another model. This one is using a Q8 model. But we can go and pick this Q4KM model. So let's pick that one and just click OK. I don't think you need to restart. So then all I have to do is click generate, and this one should be even faster because it should be smaller. So if we go down here, wait, this is the output. So you can see, I don't know if it's the same. Yeah, it's different. How do I know it's different? Because I'm a little confused. I think I have to wait. Yeah, I have to wait. 2990. I don't see two. Yeah, so here we go. You can see the difference. So this, it's using the different model. You can see it's using less VRAM as well. So everything will fit inside the VRAM. While this is running, it should be faster. Does it tell us the seconds? Yeah, so you can see the difference. This is 4 times as fast. This one should be, it might be a little bit slower than the Q8 because my GPU doesn't actually support 4, but it should be definitely faster than this one. It should be maybe 111. It might even be, oh, we'll see. So so the other, just basically put, so this is the unit. You also need a VAE file. So VAE file goes here. It uses this one, ae.safe tensors. And then the other thing you need is you need text encoders, or is TTT text encoders. So it uses this one. You see, that's also 8 gigs, right? But you can use quantized versions. For example, you can see I have this one's here. You see that's only 4 gigs, right? So you can use those as well. It says not enough workspace. I hope this doesn't crash. Oh, it's using MI open. So MI open is something on my GPU which will determine the fastest way to generate the images. Obviously, I haven't used this before for this particular workflow, so it will work through it, and then hopefully it will generate the image. So let's, yeah, it's done. So you see it's 124.05, which is, I said, for my particular GPU. Q8 is the fastest, and then this one 124.05. So if we go back to Krita, I'm actually going to turn off this fan here. We don't need it anymore. Oh, not 0, 2%. Okay, so you can see. Why can I zoom here? There we go. So this was the first image, and then the second image, and then this is the third image. So if you click the third image, you can see the quality is still pretty good, and yeah, so that's, so actually I can even, can I size, yes, just to show you that. So what I'm saying is the image is fine. Whether you want to see the preview, I don't know why it's doing 2 of them. That's kind of weird. Okay, and then there's this one, and then this one is the one. This is FP16, meaning half precision. Obviously Q8, and so Q8 is an integer. There's no floating point, and then you have the Q4. So as you can see, there's no significant quality loss. They're all pretty good, especially for turbo models. The other settings you can fool around with. So not just what I told you there. I don't think there's an option to. Is there an option to, let's see here? Yeah, sampler steps. So you can drop down the sampler steps. I found this model also still produces pretty good results, even if you go down to 4. So for example, I can change this down to 4. It will still produce decent steps. You don't need 9 steps. That's a little bit too much. Yeah. So if you do that, it will always leave this at 1, and you can drop this down you can drop down the number of steps. So I'll now prove it to you guys. So I'm going to drop this to 4 steps. 4 steps. You can see there are 4 steps. I hit OK, and then I'm going to hit generate, and then here I'm going to put this back to 35. As you can see, the temperature here. Now you can see I don't even have to go to there. It's going to be much faster. So if we go back here, you can see it's already running. I'm set with the number of seconds per irritation. This should be much faster. I don't know if this is slow. So remember, previously it was 124.05. That was 9 steps. So we've cut down the number of steps to 4. As you can see here, you see 31.36. Now, did the quality suffer? Let's go check it out. So you can, so let's go check it out. And as you can see, oh, that's not the one. This is the last one here. You see, no quality loss, because it's a turbo model, so there's no quality loss. Now remember, I'm also doing 768 by 768. Obviously, if you have a high resolution, it's going to take a little bit longer time, but as you can see, so there's quite a few things you can do with this model. Can I zoom in? Here we go. So I've zoomed in here. You can see a few little artifacts that don't appear when you go, for example, to this is the Q8 one, right? So yeah, just a few things. But I'm saying is that because it's all when you're using pixels, it's enough to fool the human eye, so you'll be fine with that. So that's Krita, and I said I haven't. There's so much more stuff you can do. I said I haven't even touched I haven't even begun to touch. I haven't even begun to touch them, but I just wanted to get you guys quick. You can see you can create layers. There's so much stuff you can do. I'm saying I haven't even begun to touch what it's capable of. So would I use this setup? I said if I was a painter or something, absolutely. Then you can do your own touch-ups here, right in for example. They actually improve the text tool. One thing I used to dislike about Krita was their text tool. Did they actually improve it? Let me see. Oh no, they haven't. Okay, so it says placeholder text. So let's pick this one, mono, and let's change the font to that, and hit save. Okay, so that's placeholder text. Oh, it's a vector. Oh, it's a vector, so that's fine. So that means I should be able to edit it. Yeah, you can edit it. Okay, so that's at least good. Yeah, but I prefer. Okay, well, there you go. That's not bad. Okay, so I can I resize it like this? No, I can't resize it. Can I say no? I can't. Okay, that's a shame. But yeah, but at least like double clicking it, I can go and change it there. Okay, so that's that. So where's delete? Remove layer, shift delete. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so you can see they already have a paint layer and a background. So if you want to do painting, so it says preview, a lovely cut. So you can drop it down, whatever part you want to you want to do. And so there's so many different things you can do because this is a paint program. Okay, so that's what I want to show you guys, and you can see the images are pretty good. Now, if your GPU still can't handle this, I would recommend using, say, stable-diffusion.cpp. That's one way you can run it on the command line. You can use Vulkan as well. So yeah, you can just run it purely in the CPU. Maybe I'll do that on a laptop in a future tutorial. If you guys want me to do that, I'll be more than happy to do that as well. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll do that in a series. Maybe I'll do that next week. I'll show you guys how to run models and run AI just using the CPU. Okay, so that's all. That's basically the tutorial. I just want to show you how to generate images using the ComfyUI API. Yeah, not just show you using some, I don't want to say outdated models, but you can use modern models as I showed you guys here. So let's actually go back here, and I'll tell you how I set this up for some of you who maybe didn't get that point. So what you do is you pick a model, like one of the built-in ones, like this one here. So it says built-in. You see here it says built-in model Z image turbo built-in, right? And then it says built-in cells cannot be modified, so you need to create a copy. So all I do is just create a copy like that, and you see it says copy here. Then I just give it a name. I say GGUF. For example, this one I can call it GGUF. I can say 8, right? And then you see by default it uses this BF model, so I can pick this one 8. You see, there we go, 8. And then everything else is the same here. And then under this, the quality settings here, you see by default it uses Euler Simple, and I said you can change it to something else. For example, I want to change it to Flux Double. And this one looks like it needs a Turbo LoRa. I want to see if it works without a Turbo LoRa. And then here the number of steps, you see it says 8. I'm going to drop it down to, let's say 5. Okay. And this guidance model for the live preview, Yeah, I'll just leave it there as is, and I hit OK. And now I'm gonna leave a lovely cut, and I'm gonna hit generate and see how long that takes. I don't know if it'll give me an error because I don't have a LoRa. Oh, wrong one. Shoot, I picked the wrong one. Okay, let me. I'll let this one finish, and then I'll change it. I forgot to change it up here. In the drop, I'm talking about the drop down. So I picked the wrong model. I'll let this one finish. So you see this one did finish. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm gonna pick this one I created, this one 8. See this one 8 here, and I'm gonna click generate for that one. Could not find turbo. Yeah, see this one I don't have a turbo LoRa, so that's what I'm saying that most likely it's not gonna work. So let's pick another one. I'll pick fast. I'll pick this one, fast B or whatever that is, and I'll pick OK. And it says 8 here, so I'll click generate. There we go, generate. Let's go and see what's going on. Hopefully it's not using the it should not be. So it looks like it's still using the GPU. It hasn't gone to the CPU. What's the 12 steps? Did I not? Why is it saying 12 steps? I changed it. Did I not change it to? Okay, I don't know why it's 12 steps. That's terrible. I did set it to 5. You guys saw me, right? I did set it to 5. I don't know why it went to 12. Yeah. Oh, so speaking of the old model, you see what happened here? I got prompt. So I wanted to. So it's a Q8 as you can see here, 245, etc. So yeah, it should have been close to ending, but this is really bugging me here. Why it's so slow per irritation. I don't know why that is, because ComfyUI doesn't have this issue. I'm wondering what's going on here. It must be the VAE or something. So this is why people prefer ComfyUI, because you can create your own, just make it, maybe use like, yeah, the problem here is because it's offloading to the CPU, which unfortunate. This should be way faster. Like this should be like under 2 seconds per irritation. I will let it finish. So as I said, this could clearly be improved. So it's faster. So what I would expect, because I'm using OBS, I would expect this to be around 5 to 6 seconds. I can probably get that in ComfyUI, and I said once you add like LoRa's and stuff, then get it down to even. So you guys can tell what the slowest step is. This part here, and you can tell this is the slowest step. Get it much faster because it's a turbo model, so it should be faster. But the problem with this is because it's using the CPU. So as I said, the CPU and the RAM and the swap drive, they're pretty slow. But if it wasn't for that, this should be flying. But I think should be done soon, hopefully. I'm talking about the steps. I want to check those results. I'm really not happy with that, so I wonder if I can actually go where this guy is still running, or do I have to wait? Can I go check the settings? Oh. Did I not change? Yeah, I put the sampler steps down here. This one is 9. Is that? Oh, it says 12. Oh, okay. This is okay. I did the wrong one. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna run this again. I did the wrong one. You guys are probably screaming, "Go! What is wrong with you, dude? You do okay." So that's why it's taking forever. But we once this is done. Oh, it's done. 210 seconds. So we're gonna redo that, and you can see the result wasn't very good. So I'll tell you why the result wasn't very good. That's because I fooled around with the wrong setting. So let's go fix that. So this one, as I wanted this to be 4, this should always be 1. So this is the one we use. Okay, so we're using UniPC. Okay, this should be 1. That should be 4, and change it to 4. Okay, let's generate again. Okay, you see that? Now the number of rotations per second, it's one of the fastest so far. Let's see if it actually produces some good results. I think the fastest was this one up here, 7.09. So if this gets under that, this could actually be the new champion. If it gets, we'll see how the type of results we get. Yeah, 29 is the new champion, but you can see it's not. It just produces noise. Obviously, this. If you use the UniPC, you need more. You need more steps. However, I'm not giving up. In fact, I'm just going to show you guys. Let's try. Let's go back to 20 steps. No. I'm going to go down to. I'm going to go down to 3 steps. This should be 1. And change this to that one. Go down to 3. Go down to 1. So 3 steps. Let's click generate and see what this is going to do. You see, this is faster still. 4.3. Is it going to produce something that's actually looks like a cat? We don't know. Let's see. Yes, it does. So there we go. This could be the new champion. See that one, 21.8 seconds. That is still a little bit high, but yeah. So that's. Let me actually stop this. So it's a turbo model. It's not supposed to take too long. So you can see the cats. That's nice. And yeah, that's pretty good. Very good quality. There we go. So you can use a quantized model. You know what? So instead of just using a cat here, let me actually use a prompt. So you can do other things as well. For example, I'm gonna say make sure I'll put this up to 35. We'll leave it at 35. So this prompt is a lovely cat vector image. I'm not going to show you how long it takes, but I'm not happy. It's still a little bit too slow for my liking. This should be flying. So this is a vector image. I think because it's also 768 by 768, if I put 512 by 512, it would be much faster, but still, that's a little bit slow. So this is the great thing about the Z image is that the prompt, you don't need a control net or anything. Just use the prompt and tell it exactly what you want, and then it will create it. Why is this taking so long? Jeez. Should be much faster. Something going on? Or is it? We've got the prompt, it's not doing anything. Is it confused? Okay, finally. Still 0. Why is it taking so long? There we go. So I don't know why it's doing it twice. That must be a bug. Yeah. So there we go. I don't know why it's doing it twice. yeah, I have no idea why it's doing it twice. It didn't do it twice when I took those screenshots, as you guys saw. So I'll just do one of this, the mayor of Toronto, just so you guys can see. Click generate. And this will be the last one, I promise. Then we can end this. Oh, it's already an hour. Okay, an hour's passed. So you can see the temperature. So when the temperature here rises on the dedicated GPU, that's when I know I know that it's actually using the GPU. Is it actually using the GPU? Because it's not using the GPU yet. Yeah, I don't know why this is this slow. It should not be that slow. Oh, I know why. It's still, you see here? It's still using RAM. So I guess it loads it into RAM first and then it offloads it, and that's when you see that the GPU temperature goes up here. It's done, so you probably don't even need GPU, so I'm gonna put the temperature down here. And let's see, this is the mayor, the so-called mayor of Toronto. So we click here, and there we go. Actually, oh, I just realized something. It actually has a CN tower. Okay, it actually has a CN tower behind there, but I don't see the sky dome. Is this a sky dome here? So there you go. All right, so as you can see, pretty good. You can zoom in, of course. You can see a few little out of that. Barely any. I've zoomed in, or say zoomed 400 times, but that's fine for this image. So I like this model, and there we go. So that's how you have AI generated images in Krita, and they say you can also do whatever style you want. You can do that very easily with this model. All right, so let's finish this up. I'll minimize this guy, get it out of the way. So here are the results from before. The photo of the mayor of Toronto, the GNOME desktop as you saw, the astronaut riding a horse, the chicken run, man wearing a watch, spider web. These two are missing right now, but after this tutorial I'll make sure they're up and running. Most likely they're missing because I forgot to change something pretty simple. I'll take care of that pretty quickly. If you want to continue learning and programming, self-hosting, and creative AI, I offer several helpful resources. I have books. They're available on Amazon. The link is also in the description. Programming courses available on jumboshop.com. The link is also in the description. There's Python, JavaScript, PHP at the time of this recording. And if you want one-on-one programming courses, you can contact me at jumbo.com/contact. Or if you want consultation service, whether it's AI, image generation, video generation, or AI chat, or something else, contact me at jumboservice.com/contact. Again, I'd like to implore you to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more the algorithm sends it out to more viewers, and those viewers can join this growing community, post tips and tricks, or they can post requests, which I can go review, and then I can share what I find with everybody. Alright, so let's finish this up. I do have some other recommended resources. I use SpaceX Starlink residential service because there's no internet here and the cellular service is sporadic. So this SpaceX Starlink residential service allows me to have high-speed internet. For example, right now I'm live streaming on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey at the same time. And not only that, I also use it for Wi-Fi calling. As you guys heard at the beginning of this tutorial, somebody called me on my phone, and I was using Wi-Fi calling. So this has been really, really handful. So this is my referral link. I'll get 1 month free if you use my referral link, and you'll get a significant discount. And then I also have this Honeywell HeatBud personal ceramic heater. I have one right in front of me right here. I you guys show it all the time. Right here. It has two settings. Low is 170 watts, high is 250 watts. They saved me hundreds of dollars in propane cost for heating this cabin. So this is my affiliate link. I'll get a commission. There's no extra cost to you if you do use my affiliate link. And then I have this algorithmic servant. It's a psychological thriller. I have a copy right here. I'm just going to quickly show it to you. See, it's called the algorithmic servant. It's by me, Eduardo Jambo. It's about a scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind, so he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system. It's very affordable. Pick it up if you have the means on Amazon. The link is also in the description. And my latest is the Recession Business Blueprint. This one is a guide to help you start a business during a recession. We're in a recession right now, so this is the best time to start a business. And you learn so much during a recession in how to grow the business and obviously be lean, as in, you know, funds, supplies, how much you pay for rent. So all those skills are key to when the next, because things are cyclic. It goes up, down, up, down. So when you go up, obviously things will be fantastic. When it goes back down, you already have those skills. You will need to relearn them. So if you have any questions about any of these books or services, you can always contact me. So for example, if you don't know more about me as well, I'm a freelance programmer. I'm also an author, and you can explore my book page on Amazon or my consultation service on jamboservices.com, or if you want to learn, on jamboshop.com. The links for all this are right here in this article on jambo.com. Most of them are also in the description. Best way to so one way to contact me is you can write a comment for this article. This comment section stays up for about 10 days after the article goes live. You can write anything. Obviously, for example, in this tutorial is about Krita AI, ComfyUI, Fedora, all related, perfectly fine. But the best way to contact me is to use the contact forms, ojambo.com/contact, ojamboservices.com/contact, and ojamboshop.com/contact. And if you want to follow me, these are the channels I'm live streaming to right now: Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube. Okay, now I'm going to put on the outro, and then I'm going to scroll back up just about here. And also want to let you know that if you want to know what's upcoming, you go to ojambo.com, go to watch many live streams. You see, we just finished this Krita guide to using ComfyUI, and then we have what's upcoming. We have this deploying NetCloud using Podman Desktop. Then we have building a 3D world using using this game engine called Nutshell Engine, and then after that we have this review of the job plan, which for Markdown. And then there's also some other stuff like this. We're going to create some game assets. For example, we're just going to create some born amateurs using Blender Python API. That will be the day after that one. Alright, so now I'm going to check the live chats again. There's only one from BitChute from Strongby. And then Odyssey, there's nothing there. And Rumble, there's nothing there. YouTube, there's nothing. I'm hopefully you guys can still write some comments, and you're not just it's not some bug on the front end. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm going to end this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. There might be a night stream tonight. I'm not sure yet, because as you guys see, I have some work to do. But if not, there will definitely be one. If not today, definitely tomorrow. So with that, guys, I bid you